Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our analysis of Nifty 50's top stocks by volume, top movers by volume. First, as always, Tata Steel. So let's analyze Tata Steel. Some of my setups were already taken down by the software, so I've drawn them again. But I think most of the analysis will be the same. But let's see how it pans out. So, what happened to Tata Steel today? If we look, this is on a daily chart. The stock was coming downwards. It has started consolidating. We had predicted that the movement will be within these resistance lines, the support lines, whichever way you want to call it. And looks like the this support, while it's here, it's not really acting as a support. Rather than it's not a very nicely placed support. Rather, if we were to place it, we should place it here, right? Because the stock is continuously bouncing off at these levels. And if I were to look at it more carefully, more kind of wedge is forming here. Yeah, kind of wedge is forming here. This one. Please bear with me because I'm taking care of aesthetics too. Yeah. So wedge is forming here. Let's see if if the stock breaks out of this wedge or goes down. If it goes down, we already have drawn our next target level, which is at 107.79. It's at 10. The stock is at 109.60 right now. Right. So earlier also we had there was a wedge formed and it broke out and did very well. Now it's again a wedge is forming. We expect it will go up, but we'll have to wait and watch. Right. So this is Tata Steel on a daily chart. Let's go to an hourly chart and see what's happening there. On an hourly chart, this wedge even becomes even more clearer, and I think we have drawn very nicely. So let's see. I think this should work in our favor going forward. Let's also look at a 15-minute chart if there is anything left that we did not do. So what I'll do is, I'll remove this line. It doesn't make much sense because it's very close. We are not into scalping, so we'll just change our tactic a bit. We are expecting this to start going up after this wedge is fulfilled completely. So nothing to do here again on a 15-minute chart. Let's go to the next stock, which is Tata Motors. Tata Motors, let's first start with the daily chart. Yeah. So Tata Motors, yeah, this wedge we had drawn earlier, right? It was trading within this wedge, and we were waiting for it to give a big breakout or a breakdown. And a small resistance zone was getting formed here on this at 442, right? 441.8 actually, right? So I just drew it for the sake of comfort. And what happened today was it started giving a breakdown. This stock, this resistance line, this support line, or you can say it's a long support line, pretty strong, right? So it's going downwards. If it keeps going downward, yeah, if this momentum is maintained, the first support is at 390.5. This would be your first target. The stock is currently at 402.15, right? It's already it's might take a retest or not, but if it keeps coming down, the first support will be 392. You can put a stop loss here at this level at 428, or maybe lesser than maybe 1%. If we are looking for a downside of minus 12, so upside of plus 12, so maybe 414 would be your stop loss, right? So this is the first target. The second target would be this one. There's a resistance here, 376, right? So the first target is 390, second target is 376. We'll wait for these to be achieved to go any further. Let's look at it on an hourly chart for Tata Motors. It becomes even more apparent on the hourly chart. Looks like a retest has already happened here somewhere, and it's decided to continue with the downward momentum. So we should wait for our turn. If anybody wants to short the stock, they can, but yeah, be careful and place these stop losses. Right? Yeah. On a smaller chart, it becomes even more apparent. So there's an opportunity to short the stock. Let's go to ICICI Bank. Oh, great. So our previous analysis looks like it was dumped down the garbage by the software. Let's start with the monthly analysis then. On a monthly analysis, the stock has been going up. The trend is upwards. Last month has not been very good, but the general trend is upwards. Let's go to a weekly chart and see if there is any pattern forming. Yeah, there was a small Dow forming here. Well kept, well maintained Dow. Gave good returns. But if we had drawn a trend line, sorry, I'll have to change that trend line. Let's take a segment here. If we had drawn a trend line starting from here, see, it was a good earning opportunity that we missed. Right, our first target would have been 835, and the next target would have been 863, and it still exceeded it. In any case, our loss, right? We could have done more, but we did not. So leave it. Let's leave it at that. In fact, if you see another wedge is forming, another trend line is getting formed here, which has been just been breached. So it's on a weekly chart. If we go to a daily chart, this will become even more apparent, I guess. Let's go to the daily chart. Oh yeah, see this has just been breached, and a good opportunity to earn again. So your first resistance, your first target, if it would keep coming down, the first target would be here, this one, 851, 851.04. This would be your first target. Right now it is at 893, so huge downside potential. Right, but this is on a daily chart. Let's go to an hourly chart and see if there's any more apparent things available there. Yeah, this is pretty apparent. This line was breached. This line has been breached again. 851 is a target. Let's see how many of us can achieve it. Right, this is for 15 minutes hourly chart. We can place another target here maybe, but let's concentrate. 879. If anybody is a little risk averse, they can set their first target at 879. Right. All right, this was about this one, ICICI Bank. Let's go to ONGC. Where did ONGC go? All right, we have something here. Let's start with the daily chart to see what is happening. Okay, ONGC, I think we have a trend line that was broken up, and the stock went up from there and took a little bit of resistance here. This resistance line has been holding pretty well, but it still crossed and came back. This might be a simple crossing, or the stock might try and might come back down again. So you might just want to watch it out for tomorrow or day after, how this behaves before jumping into action on this one. On an hourly chart, okay, it went up. It's been holding on for 2 days, but let's see, for quite a few days, and some of the candles have closed below the support line. We'll have to wait and watch. On a 15-minute chart, if there is anything, nothing much on a 15-minute chart, just that this breaks have become even more significant, but it's okay, leave it. Let's go to the next chart, which is SBI. SBI, see. I think we had predicted that SBI, after breaking this pattern, this does this downward movement, it will go down. And how this has behaved, how well loyally this has behaved. Let's go to a daily chart and see. Yeah, see, this breach happened here, and it's achieved all the 4 targets that we had set. Right, our first target was at 604, 598, 594, and finally 591. Let's achieve all the targets. Let's go to an hourly chart and see if there's anything more to be salvaged. I don't think so. Nothing much to be done. Almost everything in line. Finally, let's go to a 15-minute chart and see if there's anything for us there. Okay, there might be a pattern being drawn here, but no, right now the concentration is on downward movement. All the 4 targets have been achieved. Let's see how this chart behaves. I'll just hold on to it without trading if I were in your place, but that's my view. Thank you.